Evening, Cliff here. I'm in my shed again as usual. This video is going to be a bit of an addition to the video I'm doing at the moment on the Bangood microscope camera. It's the stand. I want to use it for engraving, so my plan on that is to turn this bracket round and make an extension. I've got to make it taller so that I can use it over the vise and the turntable I've got. So I've got a bit of aluminium here and I'm just going to make a 4 or 5 inch extension basically to this. So I've basically got to cut an internal thread in one end of this bit of aluminium and an external thread on the other end and make an extension for it, which is pretty simple. If I had a tap and die for it I would use that, but I haven't. And this aluminium, the actual stand measures about 15.5 millimeters, I think it was. Yeah, it's about 15.5 millimeters, which is an odd one. I've had my thread gauge on it. I know it's a metric 1mm thread, and that gives us the other slight problem because my mymford is an imperial mymford. So I'm just going to walk around the back of the lathe now and show you how you set a mymford imperial lathe up to cut a metric thread. Right, so it's not rocket science to set this up for to cut a metric thread. I think in some cases it doesn't get the thread absolutely spot on perfect, but certainly close enough not to be a problem. In this case, the driver on this one from the table, I mean it's just the table from the manual. For a 1mm thread we need a 45 tooth on this. Then we go the first stud, which is, I do have to change this from the way it is. You got a 42 as the driven, and the driver is a 21 tooth. Well, which is the change wheel that's on here. It's this 21 tooth change wheel that's the important one. That puts it where you need it to be for a metric thread. There's a couple of other things about doing a metric thread, but I'll talk about them in a minute. But it's this 21 tooth wheel that is all you need. I have seen other videos and other people talk about and say you need a 96 wheel and all sorts of others, a 96 tooth wheel. But this 21 tooth does pretty much everything. I'll just go ahead and set this up and we'll get on with cutting the thread and the other things you have to do. Alright, so that's all the wheels in place and everything done up tight. We've got a 45 tooth on the driver off of the tumble gear, a 40 tooth, and here's the important 21 wheel tooth. And then this is just a 50 tooth, this is just an idle wheel on there on the second spindle, and a 75 tooth on the lead screw. Of course, I'm going to state the obvious, it's important everything's running smoothly, that you've got a bit of backlash between all the teeth, and it spins quite freely in both ways. And it is important that it spins freely both ways when you're doing a metric thread on an imperial lathe, because you mustn't disengage the lead screw once you start. But we'll do a bit more of that in a minute. So I've got my bit of alley set up in the lathe. I've got my homemade travelling steady on it because it's hanging out of the lathe quite a bit. I've just centre drilled it. Now I'm going to drill it and Right, I've got the 60-degree cutter in here now. It's my smaller HSS one. It's not a very big hole here, it's only a 15mm hole, so I need my littler one. So once you get this started up and going with a metric thread, you can't disengage it. You can't use your thread dial indicator like you would doing an ordinary imperial thread. Once the lead screw's engaged, you've got to keep it engaged. So the sequence is engage the lead screw, switch the lathe on in forward, take your cut, switch the lathe off, back it off, put the lathe in reverse, switch the lathe on, bring it back, put your cut back on, put the lathe back into forward, start the lathe up, and keep going like that. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and sort of get a back shot of the actual cutting going on, but I can't get it all. That's going to be the sequence that I've just explained. So, I mean, the critical thing is you cannot disengage the lead screw once you start. So you've got to put the lathe in reverse. You mustn't disengage the tumble gears either. You can't reverse it by using the tumble gears to reverse, because you would lose it. So that's what I'm going to do now. Alright, so hopefully I've got a 5 thou cut on here. I've engaged the lead screw. I'm going to start up and off it will go. Stop the lathe. Should really try and write these down. But, so that was a 5 thou cut, so I'm going to take it back to where to clear it. So on my cross slide, I touched it off at 22. This is not adjustable. The gauge on the cross slide on this ML7, so I just did a cut at 17. I'll now put it to 30 to back it off. I'm going to put the lathe in reverse and bring it back out. And I'll speed it up a bit for that. Switch the lathe off. Now I want to put another 5 thou cut on it, and I want to bring it back to 12. So we're at 12, put the lathe in forward. I'm going to bring the camera around here so we can get a better view of it. So lathes in forward, haven't disengaged anything. I'm just going to start it up again now and take the next 5/1000th cut. And slow the lathe down a bit. So looking on the inside, that looks about right. Switch the lathe off, put it in reverse, take him back to 30-45 just to clear it. Switch the lathe back on, speed it up and bring it back out. Switch the lathe off, put it in forward, take this down to, I'm only going to take I'm just going to take 3,000, no, I'm going to take 4 thousandths off it now. Make sure that's slowed down and start the lathe up and let him go again. Switch it off, back it off, take it beyond 30, 40 odd, make sure it's, I put the lathe in reverse and bring it back out again. Right, I want to just give that a try now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, so I want to remember where this was. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 13 is going to get me back in there. Is that going to be enough for me to try it? 13, 14, 15, try that. Right, I'm going to make sure I'm going to put this in. I'm going to take the carriage right up out of the way. That is screwing in there. It's quite a loose fit, but it's screwing in there alright, so I'll call that one done. I'm just going to turn a little bit off of, just going to try and clean this up a little bit and then turn it around in the chuck. Right, so I just turn that down a little bit just to get rid of, I'm going to get rid of these marks, so I'm going to do a bit of knurling on it, but I'll turn it down a bit at that end just to fit in the chuck better. Got it back in the chuck now. I'm just going to face it. I'm going to centre drill it, and then I can lose me rest. I'll do the threading. I'll turn this down to size and do the threading, the mouth thread. Right, so I've turned it down, and I've turned it down a little bit up there as well. I've blued the bit I'm going to thread. Won't be able to get right to the end, and I'm not going to put any run out in it, so I don't think I need it. So I've got the tool set up. We're back in back gear. Better engage it, I suppose. Just going to check that everything's running the way I should hope it would. Make sure we're slow. Yeah, that's all going the right way. Alright, I'm just going to touch this off now. There we go. And that's 25 on my dial. I'm going to back that off a bit. I'm going to put a little bit of a taper on there. A little bit of a chamfer rather than a taper. Just give myself a little bit of a lead in. just with the edge of the tool. Right, take this back to 25. See if I can get the right 25. Right, 25 was 85 because of my dodgy eyes. Right, so I'm going to engage the back gear now and just see where that cut looks right or not. Same rules as before, switch the lathe off, back it off, put it in reverse, bring it back, switch it off, put a cut on it, put it in forward, and off we go. A bit slower than that I think, Cliff. There you go, about there. Just a 5/1000 cut I've got on here. Switch the lathe off, back it off, put it in reverse, and back we go. Switch the lathe off, put it in forward, put another 5/1000 cut on. I'll give it a bit of squidgy stuff this time. Forward, yep, cut, yep, start him up and off we go. Switch him off there. Back it off, put it in reverse. Cut on it. I'm just going to put about 2 thou on this time. I think that should be nearly there. Put it in forward. Then that takes up the backlash and it should all line up where it should line up. Switch it off, back it off, put the lathe in reverse, bring him back. Switch it off, put it back in forward. I'm going to give it another 2 or 3 foul cut just to see if I can get rid of the blue, and I think that should be it. Yep, forward, yep. That's more like it. Right, I'll give that another go. Not there yet. Back him off. Reverse him. Turn him off, put a bit of cut on it, put him forward, slow him down a bit, give him a squirt. Give the nut another try. Still too tight. Back him off, plonk him in. All the blue gone off the crest of the thread now, so should be getting somewhere near it now. I think I'll try the nut on there again quick. Right, that's nearly there. I think I'll just give that a spring cut to see if that'll do it. And that's him. Right, that's the job's a good one. I'm just going to clean this up, put a little bit of a knurl on this bit, clean it up, and I'll show you where it's at when I take it out of the lathe. Right, so this is the wee fella. We'll stick the nut on it, that's still a bit manky. There's the top bit. A lovely knurl on there, it's one of the best I've ever done. Because I weren't that bothered about it. There you go, it's in there. That's going to screw back into the base. Better screw back into the base. And the idea of the nut is you just lock it off in the position you want, and that's him. So now I can get on and finish my review of the Bangood microscope camera thingy my bob. So if you want to see that, look out for that one. So this is Cliff's shed, still got my gogs on. Signing off for this one. I know it was just another boring old video on threading, but it was metric threading on the imperial lathe. So hopefully I'll see you on the rest of the review on the Bangood digital microscope. Thanks for watching, see you again soon, bye.